Okay, we've looked at linear versus nonlinear, graphs, okay, and data tables. Okay, now let's take a quick look at equations. Okay, this is slide 6, it looks like. No, 7. These are the types of equations that are linear. We've kind of focused on slope-intercept form, like y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, but these are other equations that are linear. And it's kind of hard to know the difference until you see some equations that aren't linear, okay, that aren't straight lines. Okay, so let's look at the next slide. Okay, these are examples of nonlinear equations or nonlinear functions. See how these are not straight lines and they're curvy and doing all kinds of things. This one's kind of a V shape. Okay, these are nonlinear. And for now, you're going to do these in a lot more detail in Algebra 1, at least some of these. Just look at what's different. Look at what's different with these equations. You have an exponent here. You have a square root symbol on the second one. Okay, you have an x in a denominator on the third one. Okay, you have absolute value bars in the fourth example. So it's just the things that we've never done at all. You've never done this so far in your pre-algebra class, any equations that look like these. So just know if you get something really funky like one of these four things, it's non-linear. Okay, it's not linear. Okay, so we have all three things we're looking at for linear versus nonlinear. A graph is linear if it's a straight line, okay, but it's not a function unless it's non-vertical. A data table is linear if the slopes are all equal to each other. And an equation is linear if there's no exponents, square roots, absolute value symbols, x's in the denominators, things that are really strange. Okay. Next 3 slides is just a different way to look at all the things we talked about. So here's a review of graphs. To be a linear graph, it must be a straight line. Okay, can be vertical. I really wish they wouldn't have put that vertical line there. It's linear, but it's not a function. Okay, that would fail the function test, the vertical line test. Okay, so linear lines are straight lines. Nonlinear equations are not straight. Okay, graphs of lines, graphs of linear functions are straight, and if they're not straight, they're not linear. Okay, data tables. Okay, if it's a linear data table, the slopes are always the same. You could also look at it, the numbers go up or down at a constant rate. Just another way to say the same thing. A nonlinear data table does not go up or down at a constant rate. Okay, an equation. The big idea is variables can't have exponents. Okay, to be linear, they can't have exponents. Make that a little bigger for you so you don't run out of room. Oh, can't have an exponent. I guess you don't need an S there. Okay, but variables do have an exponent when it's nonlinear. But the extra stuff, there's also no absolute values, no dividing by x, and no square roots. Okay, just review this. Do this last slide, and I'll go over these answers on another video, but try them first. Okay, look at all these data tables, equations, and graphs, and figure out if you think they're linear or nonlinear. There's a little circle to drag over the correct part. Okay, and then use the last video to check.